Uh-oh. Here we are in nature again. Is it nature, though? Or is it man-made? Who cut that? Wait a second, this isn't natural. Never been so insulted by faux nature in my life. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hey, everybody. Doing another walk and talk. In the middle of my run. I'm on 2 miles. I might go up to 4, including this walk. I don't know. I'm slowly working my way back. For a while there, I was going 5 miles a day. Getting up at 5 a.m. That 5 a.m. video, of last year, one of my favorites I've done. But then I got COVID. And then I just was like, forget it. I'm just going to sleep as much as I need to. And that ended up being not pretty, you guys. Ever since, I still haven't gotten back to waking up at 5 a.m., which I loved. I also got sick other times with things that weren't COVID. I had strep throat. I had a horrible stomach bug for like a week or 2. And I just kept finding reasons to be like, I'm not going to worry about when I wake up. And I also stopped running. And it's hard to motivate yourself to get back to running after being sick, but also in the middle of winter. Now it's getting warmer again. And now I'm running again. Coincidence? Nope, probably not. And I'm working my way back up to 5 miles. I was going through, I went like 2, and then I went 3 for a while, and now I'm up to 4 occasionally. And I could do 5, but I don't want to push myself and then like feel bad. So I'm just working my way up comfortably. And also my sleep since I got over strep throat, during strep throat, my sleep was the worst like ever. Some nights I was getting 1 hour, 2 hours of actual sleep while laying in bed. But then after that, as soon as I got over it, there was a week of like the best sleep ever. I was like getting full nights of sleep because I was compensating for the terrible sleep from earlier. And then and now it's sort of settled back into my old terrible sleep ways, but not really. It's still a little better. Like my sleep, it has improved since strep throat. So I think the answer is to get a horrible sickness that keeps you awake at night for a long time, and then you'll come out of it with better sleep. So there you go, everybody. I found the hack, the sleep hack that will blow your mind. Doctors hate me. Headline, whatever. Let's look at nature again. Lovely, huh? That was also just kind of a way for me to make sure the camera was still recording and still widescreen, wide angle lens. Anyway, in the comments of yesterday's video, I can't believe I'm still doing these. Like I'm hitting every day these videos. Someone asked which is better, Android or Apple, and it's the age-old question, isn't it? China has an Android, and I've had both at different times. I ended up switching to iPhone because of the workout app, Copilot, which has sponsored me many times, and they will sponsor me many more because I love it. I still use it. They're not sponsoring this video. Originally, wind. Let's go this way. Maybe it's not as windy over here. Originally, it was called Delta Trainer. Now it's called Copilot. And it required an Apple Watch and an iPhone, but I think now you can do it on Android. But that's why I switched after having a Google Pixel for, I don't know, a handful of years. And before that I had an iPhone at one time, and I had a different Android. I just switch, you know. And they're always evolving, and different cameras are better at different things. Like the Pixel apparently has a great camera, but this has a pretty great camera. It operates in a little bit of different ways. I really like the super wide angle on this. I don't know how that works on an Android. As far as apps and the OS, personally, I don't think there's a huge difference as far as usability. I think you can do all the things. Some apps are only on iPhone, some apps are only on Android, but it wasn't such a disruption of my life. I think what was cool about Pixel was the navigation buttons at the bottom. Is it still that way? There's always like the back button and the forward button. Like it's always very consistently at the bottom, no matter what you're doing, which is pretty nice. And it took a little adjustment with the iPhone because it doesn't have that. It allows you to do those things, maybe not for the forward button all the time, but it allows you to do those things in every app, closing out, going back, and all that stuff. It's just, sometimes it's not as easy to find. That was a bit of adjustment. I think that China actually tried to switch to iPhone when I did, and she went back, and I think that might be one of the reasons why. Like it was like just the layout of things was a little confusing. But this phone's really smooth, really fast loading times, and the camera's great, and it works very well with my Mac computer. Like the photos, the Apple Photos system is really nice. Like if I don't, these are huge videos, so it takes a while to go up into the cloud. But if I don't want to upload this right away and I just set my phone down, it'll just automatically be in the photos, which is nice. I mean, Android has a similar system. It's just really streamlined with my computer, and I like it. I don't have a strong. If someone told me you can't have an iPhone anymore, I'd be like, yeah, that's fine. I like the texting, system in iPhone. I don't like how it has to be so incompatible with texting on an Android. Like you can't, like the button, like the emoji buttons. I know that Android now has that system where you can like texts and stuff, but they don't work together very well. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal to me. I just find what works and then I use it. And there's some squirrels. Squirrels. I'm able to adjust if things work differently than I expect. I've been dealing with changing of software since I was little. I was on my computer a lot more than a lot of other people in the early days of the internet. And I remember one of my favorite things to do, it seems, was I'd buy a game and it wouldn't work easily on our computer we had at home, and I would just hack in, read about what I needed to do to get the game to work. That's how I learned about how DOS works and how all computers work, was because I wanted to play a video game that wasn't working right, and I'd figure out how to make it work right. Things weren't so easy back then. That's not to say I'm an expert programmer or anything. I just know what I need to, and I'm very adaptable because of that experience. But otherwise, as far as desktop, I definitely love MacBooks. I mean, it's been a while since I've had a PC desktop. They're cheaper, which is nice. But I don't know. I just love the capabilities of the MacBook, and I mean, I can't really compare it because it's been so long since I've had a PC. I could probably also get a PC and be fine because I use Adobe Creative Cloud, which works on PC as well. But I just like it, all right? I just like the MacBook. And I know that's not good enough. I know that's a lot of PC users will say, well, I'm just a brainwashed Apple idiot. And that's fine. You can believe that if you want. It is a very smooth, very quick, very powerful little computer I got there. And I know you can make them powerful with PCs, but that's going back to modifying and hacking in and adding things. Again, this is me talking about PCs as someone who hasn't used one in a while. I'm sure they're better than the last time I used them, but it's also kind of inertia, I guess. It's what I'm used to. I buy a MacBook, I know it's going to be good for like at least 5 years, and buy the next one, I know it's going to work similarly and just be faster and better, improving upon the system before it. I think it's pretty great. But I also get a little confused when people get so angry about these issues, about software and hardware, which ones you use. What matters most is you use them, what you're making, what you're working on. I think there are ways to figure out how to get done whatever you need to get done, no matter what tools you're using out there. I try my best to never use the software and hardware as an excuse to not do something. Find a way. And that I think is really what matters. One simple question, and I can just talk and talk and talk. Especially, I think walking helps too. When I'm walking, I am rambling. My mind is rambling. Rambling man. There's a hole here. Ooh, you're falling down a YouTube rabbit hole or snake hole or something. Comes out over there. Maybe. Is that a snake? Should I get out of here? What else is going on? China and I are doing an escape room with our friends Jake and Eliza later today. And Jake Jarvie, he's the creator of Platoon Power Squadron. We did a whole web series for many years. He just finished, well, he's not, I don't know if he's finished, but he put up a trailer for his horror movie that we shot, that I was in, that he shot all of, and it's probably mostly edited, I assume. There's a trailer for it. Looks scary. It's bloody. The trailer's bloody, vulgar, and some lack of clothing involved. So that's the little warning for you. But check it out. I don't want to say nudity. Lack of, I don't know what, skin. There's some skin in the trailer. And I will always walk through these woods mid-run because it's nice and quiet and I can turn the camera on and there's less people around to bother me. Yeah. Song changed a little bit towards the end there. How are you enjoying the King Charles coronation, everybody? I mean, I briefly glanced at it. It seemed kind of boring to me, to be honest with you. I'm an American, you know. Yeah, we're not going to pay your taxes, England. Yeah, revolution. I've always not really cared much about monarchy. I think when I was younger, I had stronger feelings about, like, what's the point of a monarchy? Get rid of it. I had stronger feelings when there's people walking this way, so I'm going to walk this way. Now I don't care as much. Now I'm like, yeah, I watched The Crown. I enjoy that show. Now, and I understand the power of a symbol for people to rally around, which is kind of what it is. And there's the whole idea of like the amount of money that goes into propping up a monarchy, which is a lot. But I don't think if you suddenly got rid of it won't happen, just suddenly getting rid of the monarchy. But if you did, like, it would suddenly be like, okay, now we can take all that money and put it to these good causes. I don't think that's how it would work. I don't know how it would work. I'm out of my depth here talking about monarchy, but as an American, I'm just like, yeah, seems like a whole lot of pomp, you know. I mean, I guess that's what it is. But also, like, how do I become king? Like, what do I have to do to become king? Like, what series of events has to occur for me to become king? Like, if I went and became a citizen in Britain, and then like maybe worked my way into royal social circles, which is a challenge, I'll admit. Is there some series of events that would allow me to become in line to be king? I know it has to be blood, but maybe there's some wiggle room there. Or would it be easier for me to just build an army and conquer Great Britain, and then I shouldn't be talking about this on social media, and then become king? Like, which is the more likely scenario here? It's like, because right now, to be honest with you guys, it seems like it's not in the cards for me to be king. To be king of England, and the Commonwealth. Which is a bummer. It's a real bummer. Not that I want to. It's just, I like possibilities. As I said before, I'm adaptable, and I don't like that I'm denied something. So let's work on that, WheezyNewsers. That's about it. Check out that trailer, and I have a Patreon, and you guys are great. What am I now? I'm almost at 3 miles now. I almost walked a mile. I'm gonna run, hopefully get to 4 miles. See ya.